there taking the oath of office and, making all these words as she was confirmed, it was that there will be some kind of interruption and that this woman will also not be able to complete the full 4-year term that she is supposed to. I felt that there was something else behind her confirmation. And so God even mentioned at that point that America will come under the control of a series of governors. But he didn't elaborate on that. And so it was not given to me to explain to others on that phone call what exactly it meant. I just told them what I saw. Her reading that it was the first time in America's history that a woman was president. I also told them that I saw Obama standing there as she was being confirmed. And I also told them the feeling that I was having, that there would be yet another interruption and that she would not finish her term. And the Lord was saying this, say that the beast and the beast system is very disloyal and that America is at risk if she is busy trusting her leaders, because her leaders don't actually work for her. The feeling that I was coming up with, and I was speaking it out, is that these people belong to a very high level and secretive club. But the mistake that they make is that they think that by working hard in that club and by carrying out their roles and what they're supposed to do, they actually think that they have been clued into the full plan. So they're told, this is your assignment, this is your assignment. And then they feel that by carrying out those assignments, they're being extremely faithful to the overall plan. And basically, they believe they have all the pieces when they don't. And God said that that is their mistake, because they do not know that the beast is a single player only. And I just put up the prophecy for that. It's called Ready Player One, and it goes greatly into depth about this comment that God said that the beast is a single player only. Said Satan is the power that empowers the beast and the beast system. And Satan doesn't leave loose ends, because Satan isn't loyal to anyone. And he said the great mistake that America makes is thinking that her leaders work for her. So America is fully vested in the process of her sovereignty and the process of her being an independent republic. And she's fully vested. Many people, even as you're listening and you're saying, no, Celestial, we're woke and we know what's going on. It's a tiny minority. The majority of people in this country have drunk the Kool-Aid, added more sugar, stirred in more ice, and they're ready to have a second and a third glass. They put great stock and store in the electoral process and in everything else that makes America run. And yet God says that underneath all that, these people are paying lip service at best. They're not interested in what the public has to say. They're not interested in what the public thinks. Most of it is a sham, and the leaders are not working for this country. God says that these people, they come from all walks of life. And he said they have all nationalities, because this one world government is a global thing. I explained that it is like a belt that goes around this entire group that we call the global population. It encircles everything that pertains to human beings. And he said that they are completely oblivious of their international nationalities. They literally do not care about their international nationalities. Just a moment, please. So they do not care about their international nationalities. He said they have no loyalty to their birth countries. They have transcended the idea that, oh, if I'm from this country, I have to be patriotic. They have transcended that, God said, and they are working in a spiritual cohesion where they have pledged oaths to Satan, and they are working to bring about Satan's kingdom. Now, if people are working to bring about Satan's kingdom, that means those people have long passed the petty boredom of U.S. politics, and they are functioning in the book of Daniel, working to finish the kingdoms and bring about that final kingdom of iron and clay. And yet the people who are looking up to them are thinking, well, you know, you're a councilman and you're an elderman and you're senator and you're this and that, and we put you in office, and you answer to us, and it's for the people, by the people, and you couldn't be more wrong about that. This is a single player only game, and there's going to be a process of elimination. All the people who can talk about this process here that God is revealing are going to be wiped out. Loose ends in the government are going to be taken care of. There will be no witnesses. There will be nobody who said, oh, I saw the paper. There will be nobody who said, oh, I was there in that meeting, and I'm now going to do a Facebook Live or a so-and-so live, and they didn't elect me, or they didn't give me what they promised, and so I'm going to speak. Everybody who plays a part will be eliminated, because the beast tolerates no rivals at all. The next thing that the Lord said on the call, which is just inserted here as almost a form of encouragement to those who are listening, is this part is called Use the Time You Have. And at that point, God began to speak forth a lot of things that are quite personal to me that ideally I would not have had on an open call with others. But God said that he was doing it so that there would be a witness to the words that he was saying. And he was telling me it's important at this time in life not to waste time. It's important at this time to know how to move and navigate the future with wisdom, because the times are swiftly changing. And God was giving me freedom in front of these people who have watched me work on this blog tirelessly since 2019, taking more and more and more time to build it up, because I believe that God deserves the best. God should never get the chewed up ratty ends of your time, your energy, your gifts, your talent, your finances. You should never be sowing into anything so much, building up anything so much, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your job, whether it's your baby that you finally had after 13 years of IVF. You should never be celebrating or putting anything so high up that it eclipses the quality of work and the quality of what you are sowing into your service to God. I absolutely do not believe that. But God was saying that I need freedom, because there are new projects and other aspects of life that need to come to the forefront. And he was telling us that anyone among you who doesn't begin to pray fervently so that you can get a step-by-step blueprint for the next phase of your life, you're basically going to be left behind. I'm not talking about left behind popular belief system. I'm talking about basically eclipsed, overwhelmed, bypassed, knocked off the chessboard by the events of life that are coming, because he said events are going to move so quickly, so swiftly, and with so much power that even people who think themselves well positioned right now, even people who think themselves comfortable right now, will be shocked at the roller coaster that is coming, that will soon put them off balance and toss them into a world that they won't even recognize anymore. And we come back to war. This part is called War is Coming to America. Lord was saying, and these are the exact words transcribed, this is real war coming to the world. Physical war, actual blood flowing in the streets. And this is not the first time that I have received this. God was saying, and it's on the prayer calls that have been uploaded so far. You can go back. I recommend that you take a notebook and you listen to that. And as you're listening, every time the word shifts into a new dimension, basically every time a new topic comes up, pause and write down what you've heard so far. And you will see that in those prayer calls, the Holy Spirit can move within 15 to 25 different topics, just seamlessly talk about one thing and then move and talk about another thing. And what I saw is that in one of those calls, the Lord said that the red horse is riding, and I actually saw the red horse. It was dressed in a military uniform. So I saw it in two iterations. I saw it and it was dressed in a military uniform, and it was galloping. The horse was galloping, but it had a military general's clothes on. And then I saw the horse again galloping, but this time it was dressed like these rebel leaders. You know how they tie their head and